How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. Been trying to answer a lot of questions about the buddy heater, and one of the biggest questions I get is the buddy heater safe for indoor use? So when I first bought this heater, I've done a lot of videos on this heater, and I bought it, it was used. So I didn't have a box, and I didn't have the instruction manual with it. So it was really hard for me to make good videos not having those two things, because I would either have to look it up online, or if it was on the heater itself, there's a lot of information on just the heater itself that will help you. Just look it over. It says right on the back of the heater, and then sometimes on the inside of the heater you'll find more information. Well, I picked up a little buddy heater. I wanted both the heaters. I wanted a small one and a big one. So this little buddy heater has a lot of information that I didn't have before. Even on the box itself, if you just take your time and look over the box, you're going to learn a lot about this machine just by looking at the box. And the number one question I was always asked, is it safe to use indoors or in my house? And I always answered, I use it indoors, but I would never tell you that it's safe to use indoors, because what if something happens to you? I don't want to get blamed for it. I always use a carbon monoxide detector when I'm using mine inside the house. I try to be as safe as I possibly can, take all the precautions, make sure everything's away from it, nothing can catch on fire. That's a big question to ask, but this box has the answer right on it, and I'm going to show it to you. I hope you guys can see this clearly. Should be in the center of your screen. It says, world's #1 brand of indoor safe portable radiant heaters. That's coming from Mr. Heater. Indoor safe portable radiant heater. That's a big question that people ask me, and it's right across the front of this box. Let's say it's safe, but let's use carbon monoxide detectors. Let's try to take all the precautions that we can as a person to make sure we stay safe. This is the portable buddy heater. It's 4,000 to 9,000 BTUs. Right there is the buddy heater. That's some pretty good information right there. 4,000 to 9,000 BTUs. We're going to go down this little list here. Okay, right here at the top, it says low and high settings. 4,000 to 9,000 BTUs. Heats up to 225 square feet. Runs 5.4 hours on low, 2.4 hours on high. So that tells a lot of information about this heater just on the front of this box. If we would take our time and look it over good, we can find out a whole lot more about this heater. Alright, that was just what was on the front of the box. Now we're on the back of the box. And the back of the box has a whole lot of information on it too. And it also has some warnings, and we're going to show you. This actually tells you the hose that you're going to need. And it tells you a bunch of warnings down here at the bottom. I wanted to show you guys this. This is the hose that you're going to need to hook this up. Right here it tells the hoses, the filter, everything you need to hook this thing up. And I'm going to leave links in the description down below for everything you see, plus the heater itself. So let's go down to the warnings. So that's a little bit about what's on the back of the box. Make sure you look your machine over real good before you just open up the box and light it up. Check out the box first, because it's got all that good information on there. Almost everything on this box, somebody has asked me. So look over the box first, and then ask me your question. We'll see if we can get an answer for you. Let's move on. Okay, now for the second big question that I get asked all the time. Will this heat my house? Do you live in a tiny house? because this heater right here will only heat 225 square feet. That's a pretty small house. That house has to be about 15 foot by 15 foot. I guess people do live in small, tiny houses like that, but is your house that small? And let's ask, will it heat a room? Yes, I think it will heat a room fairly decent, but you still, if you have a room 20 by 60, nah, probably not going to heat it. You need to find a room that it's about 15 foot by 15 foot, and the little heater is going to heat it. As long as you have pretty good insulation and good covering over your windows. And a lot of people don't understand the windows. When you have a window there, a lot of cold air comes through that window. So you can always hang a blanket up to that window and kind of get rid of some of that cold air. That will help. So I don't think it'll heat your whole house, but it'll heat a room in case of emergency. You don't want to freeze to death. So this little heater I think will do just fine. Now the big buddy heater, it heats a lot more. It's about double what this little heater here is. This one will go 4,000 to 18,000, and it will do up to 400 square foot. So that is a room 20 foot by 20 foot. And that's a lot bigger than this one here. So I think if I'm going to use this for heat and I want to heat a pretty good sized room, I'd rather have the big one than the small one. I think the big one works a lot better. It's going to use more fuel, but it does heat a lot bigger area. And still, no matter what you do, make sure you have that carbon monoxide detector in that room. That's the best thing to do. We definitely want to take precautions when we use any of these gas heaters in the house. All right, so if you want your heater to last a lot longer, them little 1 pound tanks, they could get pretty expensive. The 1 pound tanks went up almost double in price. So the easiest thing for you to do and the most efficient is to hook these up to 20 pound tanks. And both of these heaters can be hooked up to a 20 pound tank with a hose. So I know a lot of people say, do you need the filter and stuff like that? I only put the filter on it because the machine calls for the filter. So I put it on. Do you have to use the filter? Probably not. But you may have issues down the road with oil getting inside of your pallet. There's some lines in there. You get some oil in there. I'd rather be safe and just put the filter on it. But you can get a 20-foot you can get a hose and a 20-pound tank to hook up to each one of these tanks. There's actually two ways to hook it up. There's a quick connect you can get that'll snap right in. You won't use a filter on that, but you can get a quick connect, or you can just use the screw-on hose, which that's what I do with the filter. Now, at the end of this video, if you want to see some more videos on these heaters, I'm going to leave a playlist of all my videos on these heaters, and you should be able to go in there and find out a whole lot of information on what you want on the heaters. I have a lot of videos on these, so I got the playlist. I'll put it up there at the end of this video, and you'll be able to see you'll get a lot of information in videos. So, and in the description down below, I will leave all the hose links for this. I'm going to look up the quick connect and the regular hose, the filter, whatever you want to do, the tank, everything will be in there. I am an Amazon associate, so I got a small commission. Now, it doesn't change what you pay for whatever you buy on this video in the description. As long as you click on that link, I'll get a small commission and a qualifying purchases. So that'll help out the channel, and I really do appreciate you guys using those Amazon links down in the description, because that is helping me out extremely a lot, and I do appreciate that. So we'll leave some links in the description for the hoses for the small one, and some links in the description for the hose for the big one, and the filters. Whatever you need, you'll be able to find in the description down below to hook these up to a 20-pound tank. I did a video on how long the tank will last, the 20-pound tank. You guys will be able to find all that information out in them videos in that playlist. So, I hope this video helped out somebody, because those couple questions, it's really hard to answer just by writing back to somebody in a comment. I'd rather do the video and try to explain a little bit better about what the heaters can and cannot do. So, I would like to tell everyone, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment if you'd like. Until next time.